Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fandomology, where fandoms collide, and welcome, for the first time ever, to Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This game just came out today, and we are going to give it a try. So, I don't know what to expect. I'm hoping this isn't just for one player. I'm hoping this is just I'm hoping this is not a rehash of the quote-unquote new Super Mario Bros. Games. You know, New Super Mario Bros., New Super Mario Bros. Wii, New Super Mario Bros. U, etc., etc. So, let's see what we got to play. We got a lot of characters right off the bat here to play as. So we got Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Yellow Toad, Blue Toad, Toadette, Yoshi, Red Yoshi, Yellow Yoshi, Light Blue Yoshi, there you go, Jeff, and Nabbit. And it says Yoshi's and Nabbit won't take damage, but they also won't transform with power-ups. So we will not be playing as them. We're just going to start with Mario. So, let's see what the story is this time. And of course, Okay, here we go. Welcome to the Flower Kingdom. It's just a short hop away from the Mushroom Kingdom. Okay. Upon receiving an invitation from Prince Florian, Mario and the others are traveling here for the first time. Oh, and these flowers apparently can talk. Huh. Only B is jump. Let me see if we got a settings for so I can see what the... Okay, dash and jump controls. Okay. Motion controls, I don't need those. Rumble, keep that. Voice on, text on, yes. Okay, seems simple enough. So... Okay. Alright, easy enough. There's Luigi. Those are like toads, but have flowers on their head. That's interesting. And there's Peach riding Yoshi with two of the toads following along. Have a great time! Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so we got a new type of power-up. And I'm guessing that's Prince Florian? He's a caterpillar. Huh. And there's Kamek riding through the sky. And there's Bowser. And Bowser Jr. too, apparently. Okay, what does this do? Okay. So he just snatched away the castle and became apparently a super giant castle clown car Bowser hybrid. Wow. And those are some very scary looking piranhas. I don't remember seeing ever seeing piranhas with teeth that sharp. Okay, now something's gonna happen to his house. And it becomes a jail. Okay. Alright, so I get it now. We're gonna go through each course like is standard for Mario. And every time we go down the flagpole, we change the... Hello, Ted's Nerd World, who says, "Go Mario," as Matt Cave says it. Was that King Bowser? How could he steal our Wonder Flower? And our Flower Castle, too! I can't believe he merged with our beautiful castle like that. It's just so awful. Bowser will make a terrible mess of our whole kingdom if we don't stop him somehow. And apparently jumping is how Mario talks. You'll help us? Thank you. I'd like to be your guide if you don't mind. Let me just... Okay. So Prince Florian's gonna hitch a ride on Mario's hat. And there's the Yoshis and Nabbit. I believe in you! Nice. Alright, so far off to an interesting start. World 1, Pipe Rock Plateau. Alright, let's do this. So it looks like I have to collect 2 seeds in order to 100%. I'm going to try and 100% this game, by the way. Alright, what is this? Okay, so that just became new blocks. A purple coin. Okay, that's going to be important somehow, I know. Good. Okay. Oh, elephant time. Here we go. Okay, what is this? Another elephant thing. Oh, and I can store power-ups. Good. And apparently I can store water in a trunk, too. Oh, and I lost that. Okay. It controls so differently than... It controls a lot differently than the new Super Mario Bros. Games, and that is good. I'm glad that this isn't just a rehash of that. At least it doesn't seem like it so far. Okay, and there's the halfway thing. Another elephant thing. Cool. Okay, so those blue flower things, I guess, change the... Alright, let's see what this thing does. Whoa! Things are weird now. I bet this is why they call it Super Mario Bros. Wonder, because this is essentially like Mario going to Wonderland, like Alice. Alright, let's see what else we got. Okay, so whoa! Pipes can apparently pop up in the foreground. Alright, what is this? I got a Wonder Seed. Okay, cool. Like I said, those are probably important for something. I don't know what that's gonna be yet. Oh, I know what this is. And there's the other Wonder Seed. Okay, cool. Now, do I continue to be an elephant in the next world? We're about to find out. Oh, and I get little postcards from each world. That's pretty cool. Alright, Wonder Seeds are going to be really useful on our adventure. Let's go get some more. And he's not going to tell me what they're for yet. Okay. Piranha plants on parade. Let's do this. If you press B to jump while you're moving, you can jump higher than normal. Okay. Alright. Let's see what else. Alright. Fire flower. Can I go down this? No. Okay. I'm willing to bet, by the way, that if... Oh, the piranha plants are actually going to get out of their pipes this time. Okay. I'm willing to bet, as I was saying, that if I walked across those musical note block things as elephant mode, that I would probably... Oh, hold on a second. I bet you I can get over there through that red pipe. That... I don't think the musical note block things would support someone elephant size, apparently. Hold up, something was there. We gotta try that again. Okay, I guess not. Odd. Going behind the tree, grab that whatever the heck the 10 coin is. I know we missed one of those in the first level. Oh well. Ooh, that was close. Okay. Walking plants, huh? Yeah. That's kind of... honestly kind of alarming. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Alright. Oh, and another... Oh, crap. That's okay. We'll grab this and see what it does. They're singing! Okay. But I still gotta destroy them. And I have no fire flower anymore. I don't know what to think about this. And of course there's a giant one singing that's chasing me. Okay, that did not work. I can't hear what the song is right now. So hopefully you guys can hear it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. And I need to power up quick. You don't see that every day. No, you certainly do not. Okay. Ted says, okay, so now you need a flower dance routine. I guess so. Alright, let's see what's next. Scram Skedaddlers. These names. Okay. Alright, get over here, you. Apparently I'm supposed to chase you. Okay. So basically this is like prairie dogs or something that I'm supposed to chase and stomp on the head. And we are back to elephants. Oh, okay, so I'm wrong. So these music block things can support the weight of an elephant. Let's see if that does anything. Yes! Alright, where does this go? Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I guess I need to do that and go back into the pipe. Automatically, I am liking this new way that they're doing the Mario... Oh, you can move them! Okay, that's new. But yeah, like I said, automatically I'm liking the new shake-up to the classic 2D Mario formula. Alright, yeah, hold on to that for now. That's what I need. Oh, oh boy. I'll go... I should not have gone that way. There we go. Okay, what is it going to do this time? Oh, okay. What? Hold on a second. What am I doing that's causing the... Is it touching the stars that's causing the... Okay, I get it. Apparently touching the stars causes the timer to reset, I guess, on how long your star power lasts. Huh. There we go. And hello in the chat to Matthew Phoenix, who says, classic side-scrolling sweetness. That should not be a tongue twister for me. And Ted says, looks great. Mario games are always fun. Yes, they are. Unless that Mario game is Super Mario Sunshine. I don't like that one. Sorry, Crit. Alright, let's see if I can do, Ted says, I played through Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 with my daughters. Nice. Alright, let's see if I can do a good voice here.
Oh ho ho, isn't this fun? The Flower Castle is me, and I'm the Flower Castle. So much wonder power. I can feel myself getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Soon everything will be mine.
I hope I didn't scare anyone with that. That no-good Bowser, I won't stand for his antics. We've got to get him somehow. Matthew Phoenix says, the art style is certainly eye-catching. Yes, it is. Ah, let's use that propeller flower up ahead to catch up. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Ted wants me to sing Peaches. Okay, I will do that. Give me 1 second here. Nintendo and Illumination, this is fair use. I'm doing this by request. Alright, by request. Peaches. Peach, you're so cool. And with my star, we're gonna rule. Peach, understand, I'm gonna love you till the very end. Peaches, 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 I love you. Pages. That's as much of that as I'm gonna do. I cannot do that entire song with a straight face. And then Bowser Jr. being like, oh yeah, my dad's a castle now. Nobody's gonna be able to stop him now that he's all powerful. Alright, let's see what's next. This is getting worse and worse. And look at that plant coiled around that house over there. Hey, I've got it. Let's try using our Wonder Seeds. I bet that will fix it. They are really powerful. Ted says nice. Thank you. Alright. Okay, so I was right. The Wonder Seeds are basically the same as stars at this point. You have to collect a certain number of them to be able to continue. Badge House in Pipe Rock Plateau. Let's take a look at this. Matthew Phoenix says, fantastic. Thank you. Is everything alright in here? I was so scared. I thought I'd wilt on the spot. But I'm glad I was here to keep this badge safe. Oh yeah, badges. They have lots of different effects. People who travel through the Flower Kingdom like using them. Prince Florian, if I could be so bold, would you accept this gift from me? I'm sure someone as princely as you will know how to use it best. Okay. Oh, thank you. I've always wanted to wear one of these. I can use the power of this badge to help anyone. That brings a bloom to my heart, Prince Florian. I'm happy that you're pleased. Badges will take some trouble out of your travels. Alright, so let's see what that ends up doing. Oh, I gotta go this way, okay. Oh, the flower didn't say anything to me? That's cheap. Training ground, okay. When in midair, press R or shake the controller to open your hat and float slowly downward. Okay. Like that, okay. Interesting. Alright, what does that lead to next? Oh, look at this place. There's so much to see, but there's another one of those icky plants. We're gonna need more Wonder Seeds. So where do you think we should head first? If you want to have a look at the map, just press L. Alright, let's have a look at the map. Okay, so I guess these are all... Okay, so I can head back. So let's go back here. So that's a fast travel type thing. Okay, let's go here. Bull Rush coming through. Interesting. Okay, so I only have one badge right now. So apparently I can switch in more as needed. Okay. Okay, so he's going to take more than one hits, and I'm going to transition to Fire Flower. That guy looked like a snail. Okay. I'm admittedly still not 100% sure what the points of the tiny blue flowers are other than making certain things appear. Like, is there any sort of story significance to them? There's probably not, but I can't help but feel like there might be. Bored. Okay. Can I go down this? No. Alright, so there's that. Huh. Alright, so I need that for sure. I like how even the animations for getting the power-ups, like the classic Fire Flower power-up, it's different now. And those are some very different type of mushrooms. Okay. What else is there? What is this? Okay, so I gotta hit one more. Okay. You hit it 3 times and you get some coins. Honestly, I thought it would be something a little bit better. Oh well, though. I should not have done that. Oh, you can take a ride on them. Okay. That's cool. Alright, let's get my fireball back, though. So I'll just stay here on him and let him go. Whee! Oh, okay. I get it. I get it. I'm supposed to jump when he jumps and let him... Let's see. I guess I'll just bait him to come back? Okay. I get it now. Wrong way, you idiots. Ah, again, I timed it wrong. Oh well. I'll try that again later. Okay, so apparently I missed a seed. Okay. We're going to go back and try that one again, then. Because I do want to try again getting that top of the flagpole, too. So we're going to try again. And hello in the chat to Phil, who says, well, hello there, Pot Piggy. Lol, how are you doing? I am doing good. Tell you what, Phil, currently I'm in the TDK VC, but I'm going to move to my VC. That way you can come in here and talk with me if you want. Alright, so I moved now from... I'm now in my Discord, if anyone wants to come and hang out with me. I'll be here for, at minimum, the next half hour. Maybe I'll do an hour 15 total. And again, I screw that up. Oh, okay. I was nearly about to get swept backwards by that.
Where are you now?
Yes, what's up, Phil?
I can hang for probably the next 20 minutes. Then I have to go AFK for about 10, and then I can come right back.
That is perfectly fine.
Meanwhile, I can harass you about being Pot Piggy.
You're just jealous that I got to the treasure the quickest. You
okay.
and Mike were taking your sweet time.
You were sacrificing us so you can fulfill your dream.
I mean, what are friends for?
Oh, to knock them down, step on them. Oh, while they're fighting for their lives, you're on the other side of the map opening chests while we're in battle. Friends do not leave friends when they're in battle.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Some places and some organizations, you can be shot for desertion. So
I know. Oh great, now I'm reenacting a scene out of The Lion King with the stampede. Let me get my Discord share up real quick and you can see what I'm doing.
wait, Paul, do that for me when I come back.
Okay.
When I come back. Essentially, you're starting up, and then in about 10-15 minutes, I have to step away.
Well, here, I'll go ahead and start it now. That way, when you have to leave, it's there.
It's up. Gotcha.
Alright.
So, is this on normal mode?
This is on the mode that they give you.
Okay. Totally acceptable then, Paul. Totally acceptable.
Good. So, also another thing, and you'll be kind of proud of me about this one, Phil.
You're gonna be playing Dark Souls, and you're gonna play it on normal mode.
I decided to try it one more time.
I'm proud.
If I have another bad time of it, though, I'm going to call it quits after that.
Breathe, relax, breathe, and remember overall, it's just a game.
I know. There we go. Finally, I got the flagpole, but I didn't get the Wonder Seed. All right, we'll try that. We'll try that level one more time.
And I want to say on behalf of Cash Money, you know, you have probably that Impro would probably stress him out a little bit less now. Because he
Okay.
was really upset with you that you decided to quit Dark Souls.
Well, it all hinges on this next playthrough. I may still quit.
Remember, it's not going to be a piece of cake, though, Paul.
I know, but if I'm able to, I'm not asking for it to be a piece of cake. I just want to be able to make some progress, which I wasn't. Like, if I can make it, I'll put it this way. If I can make it to the next bonfire thing, I'll keep playing. If I can't, forget it.
Gotcha.
Also, I don't want to hear a word about whether or not I choose to ask for help.
That's between. Look. You asked for help. That has nothing to do with me.
I know.
Though,
I'm just saying for the record for everyone to hear.
You know, Cash Money isn't here, but you know how he's going to be vocal. Man,
I know he is.
it's Cash Money.
Yeah. Or short change.
Short change, refund. You know, I got some names.
Yeah.
And that was highly evil of you the other day, taking a picture of a 20-ounce Mr. Pibb.
I did that to be generous and be like, "Hey, I'm drinking one too. I was thinking about you."
Thank you. That's a very. I'm impressed that you had the desire to say, "Hey, man, I'm drinking a Mr. Pibb right now." You know, I'm very jealous that you guys still have that down there. The only place I can get Mr. Pibb is out of a fountain or at a movie theater, which is also at a fountain. You know,
Okay.
that goes the same for Mellow Yellow. So
I gotcha.
I'm not happy about that. You know, they stopped distributing Mellow Yellow up here about this is what 2023,
Yeah.
2015. You know, and we
And-
never had Mr. Pibb distributed up here. So
And of course you've still got plenty of the ones that I sent you, right?
right. Yep, I got. I think I had 2 of the Mr. Pibbs so far,
Uh-huh.
and 1 Mellow Yellow. So
Okay. Also, Phil, regarding what you said in the chat about a haircut, yes, I know I do need a trim. I actually tried to get one before the stream, but the place that I decided to go does not take walk-ins.
wow. Normally, with a normal haircut place, what they do is they take their people that make an appointment. But if something comes up, normally they take a walk-in. The walk-ins you have to wait, but they do take you. You know,
I know. Well,
because let's just say they're assigned 30 minutes for a haircut. They get it done in 15. You know, if they got another 15 minutes, they'd probably, that's more than enough time for a haircut.
True.
I mean, we're not talking going to a salon and getting your hair washed and all that good stuff.
Which I wouldn't have even done that because, like I said, I'm intentionally trying to grow my hair out long. All I wanted was just for them to trim it in such a way that'll help it grow better and take care of split ends.
Gotcha. Personally, I think you look good with short hair, Paul. The way you looked like the night that we watched Caddyshack 2. Do you remember that night?
I do,
That
and
was a wonderful night.
I still have nightmares of it to this day because you and your desire to show people crappy movies.
No, 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 no. That you would never have known that was a crappy movie unless you
Yes,
watched
I did because Crit and Cash and Mike
it.
told me.
If someone tells you, Paul, don't go to Charlottesville. Never go to Charlottesville. I have bad experience, so don't go there. Should you at least one time go to Charlottesville just to see if it was as bad, or maybe the other person had a bad experience and you wouldn't?
That's two entirely different things.
No, no, no. It's an analogy, and it's legit.
I
Sometimes
mean,
you
I
have to experience and know that you can at least say, I saw Caddyshack 2, and here's are my reasons why I dislike that movie and why I understand why other people like that movie. You know, you have to experience.
all right.
What
Fair
was the
enough
last
then.
movie, what was the last movie you saw in the movie theater?
Dial of Destiny.
Okay, Dial of Destiny. No matter how good or as bad as people say it was, you had to see it yourself to know either way, one way or the other. Taking people's criticism about seeing the movie, that does play a part, but you should be the one making the decision for yourself.
True. But at the same time, one thing you and I will not agree on is that Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park is better than Caddyshack 2.
Not by much. It was a bad attempt because they should have went with the original idea of a Scooby Doo cartoon movie. That's what they should have done.
Which eventually, by the way, they did do.
Yes, they did do. But if you've seen how that was written and everything going on, it's almost like Scooby Doo without Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
You know, and that was because originally they had the bright idea of doing it as a cartoon. You know? Kiss meets Scooby Doo.
Right.
You know? Which was very popular at the time. That's what I was hoping for. But what we got was
And hello in the chat real quick. Forgive me if I say this name wrong, but Quatemok, who says, hello, where's Brandon? Are you talking about Brandon the anime guy? I don't know what he's doing today. And Ted's Nerd World, by the way, says, stay away from Highlander 2. Also in the game, now you've collected some Wonder Seeds, I'm sure we can do something with them. Let's go to where that coiled plant is. What is this?
You know what other soda that you have in your area that upsets me that we don't have it?
What?
When I was living in West Virginia, they had a lot of this stuff, and we did have some of it.
Actually,
Cherry wine.
Cheerwine, yes. That is probably my dad's favorite soda. And it's funny, I was actually looking for that to send you instead of Mellow Yellow. But I couldn't find it.
They recently, the 7-Up company, and I guess they're trying to take advantage, since the only option here is Mountain Dew. They brought Surge back for the last year. And I do like Surge,
Huh.
but I prefer Mellow Yellow more. But I'll take Surge, not Surge, excuse me, Squirt. Squirt is 7-Up. Squirt.
Okay.
I would take Squirt over Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Mountain Dew, I'll drink it,
Too much
but
sugar, too sweet, and dude, man, your cucumbers feel like you can do laps around your house.
it actually has the opposite effect on me. Mountain Dew makes me drowsy.
And you know what? I might be wrong. 7-Up might be Sundrop. Squirt, it might be something else.
Sundrop is also very good.
Yeah, I like Sundrop. But like I said, I prefer Mellow Yellow more.
Right. Alright, looks like we found an item shop.
And you
What
do
is
know,
this?
Mr. Pibb is Coca-Cola's version of a Dr. Pepper. I know a lot of places Coca-Cola manufactures Dr. Pepper,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't own it. That belongs to 7 Up. They're
Right.
licensed to make it. They pay royalties to 7 Up for the rights to making Dr. Pepper.
Hmm.
But I do like Mr. Pibb.
Okay.
I'm just curious down there where you live. Did they ever bring out the strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper?
If they did, I never noticed, because I have no memory of this.
You should if you should look next time to see if they have it to try it at least once. I will tell you, it is very addicting.
Okay.
Very addicting.
Hmm.
Oh look,
Who is it?
it's Mister. I only have white T-shirts. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
can't.
hey, DJ. What's up, man?
I can only count to 4, and I only wear white tees.
You know they do make them in other colors. You can have a gray T-shirt.
I do have a great T-shirt. I have a Gundam. You know what? For you, Phil, just for you, I'm going to wear my gray Gundam shirt today.
No. Okay. Your undershirt. You can't have no undershirt. If you're wearing a gray T-shirt, no undershirt.
But like, I don't want to sweat on my T-shirt, so I can recycle it and skip washing it.
I understand that, but still, they make T-shirts in other colors.
The undershirt is just there as like a liner, you know, like a under liner. I don't want it.
You can have a gray liner.
Do you have by chance a wife beater, DJ?
white beater?
That is just terrible. How dare you promote that? You know, it's like
That's
I am
what
against
that type. That's what we call that kind of shirt around here.
I know, I'm messing around. I know. I got a lot of friends who call it that. When I was like 12 years old, I learned that term. I never heard it before I was 12, but I was like, what? A white beater? I thought it was a hilarious name for a shirt, but yeah, but no, jokes aside, are the white beaters the ones I'm wearing, or is that the V-neck?
Just a regular white T-shirt. That's cool.
Oh, so I'm wearing a white beater right now, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's get this straight. You Yankees think that you're the only ones can have terms for us Southerners, but us Southerners have terms for you.
You are not a Southerner, Phil.
Get outta
You're
here,
from
right?
Delaware.
Get out of here.
This is
You know
my
what?
Discord. I can't go anywhere.
We'll settle this. DJ, Mr. Ronnie G. You're in New York, correct?
I am in the heart of the communist capital, yeah.
If somebody from Delaware was coming up to visit through your state, would you call them a northerner or a southerner?
Delaware, that's practically north. I mean, like, the Delaware water gap is in Jersey.
Oh, how dare
I know it's not Delaware.
How dare you?
Yes! Thank you, DJ.
I'm just saying, I rode a canoe, and they called this the Delaware water gap. And I believe it connects to the Delaware River at some point. That is in Jersey.
Think it this way: we're nowhere near. We keep the Jersey people. We're like you in New York.
You got water flowing from north to south, my friend. So you may be getting some Jersey water.
Yeah, no. Think more likely. Somebody from Maryland was to visit your state. Would you say they're northern or southern?
Oh, I guess at that point that they're kind of getting on the edge of that Mason. Where's the Mason-Dixon line?
It's
Right
between
there,
it's
north
between
of
Maryland
Mason,
and Pennsylvania.
And Delaware.
I guess they would be in the south. Yeah, I guess they'd be in the south. I have to.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'd have to concede to
South-
that. Yeah.
Delaware is south of the Mason-Dixon line. Thank you.
But they fought for the North in the Civil War.
So did Maryland, so did parts of
Ah.
Virginia, so did Kentucky, and so did Missouri, and even some people in Arkansas. So come on now. And there's some people in New York. There's a whole county up in New York that send people to fight just for the South. Just so you know.
That's actually fascinating.
Because New York never can agree on anything.
I actually got a fun story. Not a story really, but when my mother's brother died in like 1982, so like way before I was born, his estate lawyer was a direct descendant of Robert E. Lee, and he even had historical artifacts. And anytime like they interviewed someone for like the History Channel, whatever the PBS back then, they'd go to him sometimes to see Robert E. Lee paraphernalia because he had like the actual stuff.
See, it's weird where you meet people and the history behind them people.
Yeah.
You know, Paul, comes from Amish people.
No, I don't.
Hold on. Are you
I
not
thought it said
Austrian
something.
German?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I don't have any direct ancestry that is Amish.
But hold up. You might have a relative way, way, way back that was Amish in Austria. But it depends on where you are from in Austria. Though.
Yeah, that I don't know. And by the way, hello to my brother John, who says just got my copy. Awesome.
Oh, your younger brother.
Yes.
Yeah. The one who was trying to help you when you were trying to ride a mechanical bull.
Yes, that's we know did not end well for me.
It didn't start out well because you were falling both times before the bull even started moving.
I know, but you know what? Next time the bull comes around, I'll practice and get better.
No. What I want you to do is go into training and be ready to take on the kangaroo.
There's a kangaroo.
Depending on what little amusement park or traveling thing, yes, there is a kangaroo.
Huh.
And you go up to it and you can pay $10, and if you can knock out the kangaroo, you'll win a lot of
Oh,
money.
it's a fighting type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if that kangaroo hits you, you're done. And I only witnessed one person ever been able to knock out a kangaroo.
Huh.
Kangaroos can throw a punch, man.
I know. I
I'm
just
not talking about jumping and kicking. I'm talking about
Mhm.
actually throwing a punch.
You know why? Or part of the reason? Their tail is like a third leg. As I understand it, their tail is like almost like a third leg, so they can put a lot of force into that punch.
huh.
Now, I'm not sure in today's world how ethical, fighting a kangaroo is, but there are some places still traveling carnivals and
None that I know of around here.
You know what? Let me YouTube it. I mean, Google.
I know people would say it's unethical, but I feel like if they can like hold their own, it's not unethical.
Try telling that to PETA.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, that was close. I should not have been
Yeah, I
able
don't-
to survive that.
That did look hazardous. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. So Mario, what the heck is it
Okay,
called?
so what I'm playing is a brand new Mario game that just came out today. It's called Super Mario Wonder. And so far, the best way I can describe it is Mario meets Alice in Wonderland, where
Oh.
it's the classic 2D Mario style of gameplay, but just a bunch of weird stuff, like weird by Mario standards, start happening. And one of the power-ups is, yes, Mario can become an elephant.
Okay, apparently
Alright.
most states now have made laws to prevent kangaroo fighting, but you can still box them in Florida.
Got my fingers.
I mean,
You
of
have-
course,
Okay,
it's Florida.
And,
Human liberty is championed in Florida. That makes sense.
but get this. It is legal in some places to kill hunt a kangaroo, but not to fight them.
Hold on a second. Where in the world are you going to hunt a kangaroo in America?
You never know. Someone could have kangaroo things growing on their farm. They have
Maybe you go to the zoo.
You go into North and South Dakota and some parts of Montana, people raising herds of buffalo.
Huh.
Yeah. You'd be
I think there's like a
surprised.
ton of tigers.
There's
in
places
Texas.
in Arizona that people raising ostriches.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be right back.
Okay.
But yeah, it's true about the ostriches, and I knew of a guy who had a security ostrich. I don't know how effective or how dangerous it was, but he had one on a leash, and it kept him safe supposedly.
Interesting.
But the other day, Punkwater was talking about, and Floral from Under a Rock were talking about how apparently there's like a ridiculously high amount of tigers in Texas. I believe they're in captivity, like ranchers deciding to just have a couple of tigers or something insane. I gotta verify that. I don't almost don't believe it.
This sounds like Tiger King type stuff, which I still have
Mhm,
not watched,
mhm.
by the way. Ted's Nerd
Yeah,
World.
I haven't seen it.
Ted's Nerd World, by the way, says Mario got some better shrooms. Yeah, that's pretty much. You could certainly say that about this game.
There were some circuses and some traveling carnivals, and amusement parks. Traveling ones. Used
Uh-huh.
to be able to wrestle a bear.
I
You know, they
believe
had
that.
Oh, yeah.
They had Miss Over the bear, and they had the bear in the muzzle. But you would be able, you pay X amount of money, and you can actually wrestle a bear.
Wow.
Like, as long as they're not hungry, I'm sure it's pretty safe.
Jonathan, Jonathan, if you're still watching, we're gonna find you a bear to wrestle. Because let's be
That's
honest,
not hungry.
if anyone in the family has a chance of wrestling a bear and winning, it's certainly not me. Okay.
Trying to get a link where you can see an actual kangaroo boxing a guy.
Huh. I've seen this one video in TikTok of this lady out in the backcountry of Australia that owns a pub, and that pub is like always swarmed with like this herd of dozens of kangaroos.
There. You guys should be able to go to that site and see that video.
Okay.
Roger Dodger.
Interesting. Alright, so we gotta find more royal seeds, and that's ultimately how we beat Bowser. Okay, before we go to the island place, though, there was a level back there that we missed I want to try and get.
All I can say, guys, is I wouldn't fight a kangaroo. No way.
Yeah,
I don't wanna get
kangaroos.
knocked out. I don't want to get knocked out.
I mean, you do that enough, and you're talking permanent brain damage.
Yep. Kangaroo, man, the punches, it's like a jackhammer, man. Just the way that their arms are built.
Kangaroos are jacked.
Should have one for a bodyguard, Paul.
Why do I need one when I've got you?
I'm not your bodyguard. You know, someone comes up and wants a piece of you, I'll step aside. Be my guest.
Huh. Well, then you're fired.
I was never hired.
You were, you just didn't know it.
Cash money will protect you. He has a great 9-iron that he can swing around.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that. Where is he, I wonder?
Who knows?
That was interesting.
That kangaroo, yeah, I mean, like, I could see him putting some of his tail into it, but what I didn't anticipate was is that he was going to also engage in kickboxing, and boy, in addition to the upper body, holy cow! I mean, they definitely got lower body strength.
And have you seen the structure of their feet and that one really long nail they have on their toes? That's a bladed weapon right there.
Ooh, ooh, yeah, that sounds ugly. I got to take a look at that. Now, I would still rather be in a room with a kangaroo alone, as opposed to being alone in a room with a chimpanzee. Like gorillas. Okay, I got a question. Would you rather be in a room alone with a gorilla or a chimpanzee?
Chimpanzee, 100%.
Okay, they look cute and friendly, right? And they generally are. But when they when they flip their handle or something doesn't go right, have you ever seen a chimpanzee without hair?
I think once.
They're very toned and actually quite brolic, you know, and heavily muscled and sort of like old Neanderthal man, where like their chest has like a more conical shape that allows a lot more muscle to be lobbed onto their chest, and that's basically chimpanzees. And so you ever hear those horror stories where like this lady had a pet chimpanzee, and sometimes the chimp would get a little rowdy, and they'd have to like wrestle it back into the cage, and like well they just like a friend would come over and help her out, with like basically herding the pet into the cage. And
Yeah.
one day, I don't know, the chimp was in a jealous mood or something like that, I don't know, and ripped this poor lady's face off. And the lady had like a super positive attitude. That's a different topic, but in the interview she had a very positive attitude despite that. I think she was like the recipient of the like one of the first face transplants. But my point is that like their raw strength, I mean, they ripped the lady's hand off. In fact, there's a funny story. I think that this story wasn't funny, but the one where the kid, like he was like 18 years old, there's like a double layered fence. He decides to go under one of the double layered fences and then puts his hand under the second fence. And then he's surprised that his hand gets ripped off.
I mean, play stupid games, win stupid prizes much?
Yeah. So that one I kind of find funny. I mean, it's yeah and no, but yeah. I mean, in a natural selection sense, which I guess is harsh, but I mean, of course, I hope. Well, I don't know. I mean, I hope the guy has a nice prosthetic. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, but at the same time, something like that you have no ground even for a lawsuit for. You pretty much, you were literally asking for it.
He might have been wealthy. I think it was like one of these rich South African families or some shit like that. Pardon my French, but yeah, I think he was one of those rich South African families. So they might be able to afford the whole prosthetic. But it's true, like if you can't sue somebody, like if I did something stupid and lost a hand, I mean, and I couldn't sue for the money, I'd probably be a little bit in a harder position to get a prosthetic. Maybe, I don't know. I suspect that would be an uphill battle.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Maybe I get a hook. Maybe I'd 3D print something and just control it with my left hand.
Yeah, I think I've seen people do that.
Yeah, so basically, like, some of these are relatively simple. Like, they're not going to have the electronics and the stuff that, like, like, links to the muscle, to send impulses. But it's still, somebody's, like, they're able to add some basic functionality to it, like, basically make it into a basic grip or something like that. So it's better than nothing. Sort of like, reminds me of, like, the captain's, oh, not the captain, Captain Hook. I don't think Captain Hook wore a hook, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the pirate guy. And I mean, some of those, they have a way of like, attaching it to something like else that has muscle in it, so a piece of skin that has muscle or something insane like that.
I'm just waiting
legs-
until we start having regular prosthetics like what Anakin had in Episode 3.
I think we're getting near that, but a lot of people get touchy about Neuralink, for example. And I get it; it's a little weird, but like, as long as it's a choice, some people think that it's not going to be a choice, and I don't buy that angle at all. I don't think anybody's going to have a movement to force people to get Neuralink. Of course, I remember there was a movie from the '90s where there was a kid, his brother was genetically engineered to be superhuman, and then the other brother was natural, and they'd go jogging, running on the beach every day, and the genetically engineered brother would win every single time, and like one time he finally won the race, but the regular brother. But the point of that movie is like,
that the movie Gattaca?
Yes.
I remember. I've seen that,
that
a
is.
long time ago.
I'll
Mhm.
be right back. I need about 10 minutes.
That's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
So I like those sci-fi movies that explore that type of thing because I mean it's a valid concern. I'll give that to people, but I still think Neuralink is one of our best hopes because what they're doing is they're basically hooking up like 4,000 sensor probes, so to speak, to the brain, and they're running very thin wires, silver wire, like to like the middle of the brain. So normally when we want to read something from the brain, we'll put like a headband with some electrodes on it, or
Uh-huh.
even a skull cap. And they get some data, but it's not granular data. Like if you want to really know what's going on in a specific corner of the brain, you need to like send a wire and a little sensor to that place, and it's doable. Like it's doable. I'm surprised how well it's worked out because I thought, but the brain is somewhat resilient. Like they have those stories where the guy gets a railroad spike to the head,
Uh-huh.
and he's basically fine. I mean, there was one story a guy was fine. He had a knife in his head. There was another story where a guy, his personality changed, and he became like a D word overnight. Like once he got out of the hospital, everyone said that he was just a different man. But
I
and
heard
he was
about that.
blind in
That's
one eye.
lobotomy, right?
It was this was weird because this guy just got a railroad spike to the head, but it might as well have been a lobotomy, right? Because it was the effect was very similar. Um, and of course, real lobotomies, yeah, all kinds of stuff. Like I know what was it, Rose Kennedy, the daughter of Joe Kennedy, which I believe is a sister of JFK.
Uh-huh.
They got her lobotomy in back in the day, and that's an interesting story. I'm not like really an expert on it, but you'll have different angles on that. Some people will believe that that they literally did it because she was an embarrassment to the family when they visited the Queen of England, and other people say that they genuinely wanted to help her medical condition. But whatever it was, when they cut out that piece of her brain, because back then the theory was, oh, remove the part of the brain that makes you, erratic or whatever, and you'll be more stable. But of course, they didn't really have that down to a proper science, and so now this lady's like gradually declining, losing her ability to move around on her own power, pooping all over herself and stuff like that. So I mean, that's like your classical, standard lobotomy as opposed to railroad spike to the head, which I would consider like a unplanned or accidental lobotomy, I guess.
Right.
But there's Neuralink thing, so you get like say 4,000 sensors into different parts of the brain, and you would imagine like when you're looking at one of those what do you call it, like oscilloscopes where you have like the sound waves or the waves on it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that thing. So imagine that, but with 4,000 like of these separate like signals on it, and they basically are very similar. So the waveforms are the same, but it's like maybe there's variation. So now, of course, having a human being analyze that, or human beings analyze that and figure out what means what, that would take an eternity. So this is where machine learning comes in, which a lot of people will call it AI. But I do believe that what people call AI is not AI, or at least not what they think AI is supposed to be. So I always like to squeeze in the term machine learning because it's a more accurate description of what is going on. And for example, like if you ever see machine learning, this actually applies to Neuralink. How to teach a computer to play Mario Kart via machine learning. And essentially what you do is you have the program watch the screen, and you have the program watch the controller. So when you're pressing the buttons on the gamepad and the things are changing on the screen, it's recording the patterns. And essentially what it's seeing is that on the screen you have a darker area where the road is. It doesn't know it's a road. It just knows that there's this like dark gray area in the middle of the screen, and that whenever you're using the controller, your goal is to keep your car in the center of that. So it figures that out pretty quickly after like a couple of rounds. And what you do is you play the game, you let the computer program watch you play, then you let the computer have a go at it. And then after it finishes a race or loses, it asks, or the program is supposed to ask, did I do good? Did I do bad? They say you did good. And then it does it again and again and again. This is where you'll see like these videos where an AI, a so-called AI or machine learning trained program is playing Mario and sometimes they'll find weird shortcuts in the game. Like you'll just see it like cheat in the game basically in a way that you would not expect normally, but it accomplishes the goal. So now you could use this technology to figure out like when I move my right hand and I clasp my fingers, the waveform on those sensors shows up a certain way. And I think based on that, it now knows how. Basically, they're collecting a lot of data on what parts of the brain do what, and what physical actions we do, and how they affect specific parts of the brain. And that data is, I think, going to go a long way in helping us get more reliable prosthetics. And that are more or less directly interfaced with the brain. Whereas right now, like they might use some electrical impulses, but I think a lot of it is like a bit of a hack. Like you go to physical therapy, they figure out what trick can you pull off that will make that finger twitch, and then they'll latch on to that signal and be like, okay, we'll use that, we'll map it to that. You know, like they're essentially remapping stuff.
Right. It's
So
very,
I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see how that goes.
It's very interesting science indeed.
Now, like we got back to, we could go back to that Gattaca concern right now. I mean, do you think there's any valid concerns in that area, like similar to Gattaca, or even just any of that, like so-called? You ever hear the catchphrase transhumanism?
I think so somewhere.
So basically, it's like the idea of melding man with machine. So like, if you were to upload your consciousness to a computer, some people refer to that as transhumanism, and some people absolutely lose their handle over that concept. I personally think, once again, if it's an individual choice, so be it. But some people think it's like it's almost like anti, whatever, the roadmap that God gave. Which I say, look, we build machines. As long as you're not forcing people to do it, as long as the baby's not being born and hooked up to a computer. Now that's some stuff.
Like in Q-Who with the Borg.
Ooh, oh my gosh, that's one. That was so cute when they had the baby. Is that the episode where they had the babies in the drawers?
Yes, that was the very first episode that had the Borg too.
Oh my god, that was absolutely hilarious. Just one moment.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So yeah, I had to check him on my father to say what's up. But anyway, yeah, where was I? Lost my train of thought. But basically, no, yeah, refresh me.
We were talking about the Borg in Star Trek.
Oh, okay, yeah. So babies in the drawers, yeah, and then the other example. Oh man. Oh yeah, okay. Are you familiar with Warhammer 40K?
Yes, somewhat.
So do you know? Okay, so they have these things called servitors, and basically the idea is that they have some computers, but AI stands for abominable intelligence in that particular, timeline, and for good reason,
Right.
at least based on their history.
I
But
do
anyway,
know,
as a result,
I do know that there was a time period in the Warhammer 40K universe called the Age of Strife, where basically everyone became so dependent on technology, and we need Baron Norman Tag for this because he's the real expert. But basically, people became so dependent on technology that their quality of life ultimately deteriorated for it. Which, by that logic, you could argue that we're starting to get into like the very first traces of it.
and yeah, like that's definitely like I remember like when I was a kid, I had an interest in taking things apart and learning how it worked, and part of that motivation was because if my family couldn't afford every computer device in the world, I would build it, or something, or find it in the garbage and build it. But these days, apparently, my friend was saying like he went and saw a forum post where it's a question like asking modern teachers like, what do you notice about kids today? And apparently, like, one of these computer teachers was like, well, the kids use all this technology, but they haven't any interest whatsoever in how any of it works. So that kind of reminds me of that trend.
It's consumeristic.
You got the consumerism. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about it from that angle, but there is definitely a consumerist angle to it. I'm also concerned because like it is. Yeah, it's interesting because it's a culture that doesn't want to maintain their own stuff, but they'll be quick to replace it or get a lease on a phone instead of buying it and taking good care of it. I don't know. There's so many different ways to
Yeah,
manifest.
like I'll be honest, I've paid my phone off, but I've still got it, and I've still got the 12 Pro Max. I'll be honest, I am tempted to go and get, say, the iPhone 14 or 15, but I kind of like having a smaller. I kind of like having a
Yeah.
smaller payment, so why not keep it? I mean, it's still in relatively good condition.
Makes sense to me. I mean, like I forget, like I always lose concept of iPhones. I might have an iPhone 12 that I use for work, and I was lucky. I got the one with a small screen, which some people they can't see the small screen. They requested a larger screen, but I mean, for a phone that I barely want to touch, my work phone, I'm glad that it's as unobtrusive as possible, and all of that jazz. But recently I spent like 300. In July, I spent 500 on a Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which is a little older, but still pretty new, and I'm happy getting slightly older phones for that reason, or at least because I don't know, it's a good balance for me. But anyway, I freaking cracked the screen on it on like somehow unexpectedly. I'm not even sure if it happened with or without the screen protector on, and I spent $300 to get it repaired. So I'm as much a catch you later. Sorry, but yeah, like I'm as much as a member of the consumerist culture in that regard. But now getting back to this 40K thing, they have these things called servitors. So instead of AI, see, AI is not allowed. So how do they skirt the rules with AI? You get a human, like a prisoner. Hopefully it's a prisoner. Hopefully it's a prisoner who committed an actual crime, like hurt somebody, as opposed to a prisoner that was arrested for like political reasons.
Right.
So anyway, they get a prisoner, and they essentially like will wipe out their memories, or at least try to wipe out their memories. Frankly, they don't know if they're able to wipe out the memories, as long as the effect is the same. You got a blank-faced human that you can now hook up to something. So what you do with this to replace AI? Well, you might hook a human body up to a truck and make them into a driver, and that is your servitor driver for life. Like he'll be hooked up to nutrient fluid or whatever, and he'll just like be like literally bolted to that truck. He or she, I guess.
Isn't that
and other
question? Isn't that also how dreadnoughts are created, and the whole thing of even in death I serve the emperor or something like that?
So interesting. There is some parallels, except that the dreadnoughts are not treated like trash, and their memories are not wiped out.
Right, because
Now,
those
the
are
dreadnoughts
former
Yeah,
space marines.
Yep. And I mean, like they do lose their minds over like 10,000 years of being inside a metal box. Things aren't gonna be perfect, but they're not intentionally mind wiped. They're not intentionally made insane.
Right.
And so with the servitors, on the other hand, you might have an elevator where you want to have like something like some kind of like password system on it. I don't know. And like there's like in the video games, I sometimes think they take it a bit further than in the lore. Well, you'll have a servitor hooked up to an elevator that is supposed to be secure, and the way that you hack it is by punching the servitor's skull and basically like demanding that it makes the elevator move. So that's a little weird, but basic functions of servitors can be anything from like a scribe. So you got physical scribes, but they always have servitors where they have like an electronic eye hooked up to the head, and their hands are in front of a typewriter basically, and you'll literally put a document in front of the face of this former person, and they'll start typing whatever's on that paper. So they serve many functions that we would otherwise use, some kind of AI software to fulfill. And it's very ugly. It's very gruesome. It's obviously, this is something that you could do with Neuralink is what I'm getting at. So, I mean, like, I'm not saying we would do that, but if, like, I guess if I was, like, Dr. Evil and I had a lot of money and I was, like, insane, I could, like, maybe, like, start, picking up prisoners or babies alike, which I don't endorse at all. And make servitors out of it.
You know what that's starting to remind me of? It's starting to remind me of, and Crit will probably come in and tell me what the actual term for this is. But those weird tube guys that live in the bounty office of the Alita Battle Angel world?
Oh my gosh, wait, Alita Battle... I still haven't seen that movie.
Wait, what?
It sounds cool. I don't think I've seen Alita. Is that the
dude,
movie
it is so good.
You need to put the Batman signal up like you do for Matt Risman. You have to do it for Crit. You have to put the Crit signal.
Apparently I do.
Well, I mean, I'll punch it up as soon as I get back to my physical desk.
Understandable.
As opposed to my virtual desk? I don't know. Anyway. Just wrangling some turtles over here right now.
I gotcha.
You want to know something sad? Not that I live in areas that this happens to be,
What?
but there are certain areas around me that they put tax, a special tax on top of sales tax on soda.
Hold on a second. I thought Delaware was completely tax
I
free.
didn't say Delaware. I said near me, like Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Some places they have a soda, a separate altogether. You pay a soda and a sales tax.
Why? Because soda's bad for you?
No, that's just another way to make money.
That is the
I'm
most
not sure if
draconian
New York
thing ever.
City has it, but I do know Philadelphia has it.
I know. I remember hearing somewhere once that New York tried to do the same thing, like New York City.
But don't forget, for a 20-ounce soda in New York City, you're probably paying $8-9.
Yeah.
It's expensive in New York.
Wait, I've done this course already. What am I doing?
It's one of them places you say you would like to visit one time, though I wasn't crazy about it. But yeah, you don't want to stay there.
Yeah. Last
And I've
time
been
I had
to
been
New
there
York.
was 2019, and boy, was it rough.
I've been to New York 4 times, and that was 4 times too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some really great people in New York. I mean, I only know one of them, but I
Oh
think
yeah,
that he's
I had
well
I had a
done.
friend from the Navy who was from there, and he was amazing.
Yeah, I got a guy in New York, and he's amazing, man. His name rhymes with EJ Ani E. No, I'm messing around. No, I'm
Oh,
trolling.
I
I'm
gotcha.
trolling. I'm trolling. But no, jokes aside, no, there are things like there's definitely things that are weird about this place. On one angle, like sometimes the buses are pretty good here actually. Like the public transit's pretty good, but the the local government is kind of insane. I mean, the policy at the border and how that extends to up here, and it's like funny because like people will try to say that this is part of their what they call contemporary liberal values, I guess, to share, and that's cool and everything. But the problem is they're putting people in a really tough spot, both the people locally and the people coming from elsewhere, and then they're trying to pass it on to the local, municipal officials. Which I get it. City workers are probably underworked. A lot of them, some of them work hard, some of them don't work very hard, and. Basically, like they announced, the mayor of New York announced that they want to do, budget cuts of like 3% per month for like 3 months or something like that across all city agencies because his butt was in favor of that policy, that dumb policy that basically him and he was hoping he'd get a payout from Biden over it, and so now he's whining that the federal government's not doing their part. And it's like, well, you maybe should have just opened the floodgates without having a plan on how you were going to fund that. But so that's part of it. And I got a coworker who I interact with, and he'll talk politics, and the political discussion will start with him reading headlines. And it's funny, his position will flip flop every other day. So there's a cognitive dissonance where one day it's like Biden's insane and we can't have this guy ever again. Is that Crip?
No, that's Cash Money.
Hey,
Man, myth, legend.
Oh, ka-ching, ka-ching. What up, Cash?
Oh, you need to tell Cash. What have you
All right,
said.
Cash. I have some big news to tell you.
He's finally gonna put on a chicken suit and go gobble gobble. What?
How'd you know? No, for real. I have thought about it. I'm gonna give Dark Souls one more chance.
One more chance. All right.
One more chance. All I want to be able to do is make it to that next campfire. If I can do that, I'll keep playing. If I can't do that, I'm done.
Well, I recommend you not have anybody else in your channel.
I don't want to hear a word about that, Cash. I'm gonna play the game how I want to play it.
Just
so that
trying to
I can
help. It's
I
gonna
know.
make you feel better about the situation, I guarantee you. But all right.
I'm just looking to get through it by any means necessary.
Ooh, that's deep, man. Any means necessary.
That's what he.
That's what I said.
It's kind of scary.
What comes after that?
I agree with DJ.
Is that your solution? Is that it? Is that final?
That is final.
The solution is, and I know Paul. Paul's going to sneak when no one's looking. He's going to play Dark Souls when he tells people he's not. And that mod is going to come out of nowhere. He will play it to beat it. But if he has to go to easy, he ain't going to tell anybody about it. But I'll know. I will know.
No, because I'm not going to install any mods for Dark Souls because I don't want to get banned like Trent did. I don't want to do any. I don't want to do anything that could negatively affect my Steam account.
Well, Trent must have been doing it online if they banned him. Must have
But
been
he
online.
told you, even though he was trying to influence you to do it, he told you he had other places that you can play that game.
It's true.
I know,
I
but
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. No, it's not worth
yeah,
it.
I'm not
I
going
wouldn't
to, for sure.
All right,
Take your lumps.
that's right.
Take your lumps.
Okay,
I will support you getting lumpy.
Yes.
I will happily go by the name Lumpy instead of Pot Piggy.
No, Pop Piggy is staying there.
Mm,
That is not going for a while. We're fighting for our lives and dying. And what's our buddy Paul doing? He's off to the nearest chest.
If anything, Phil, I'm just playing what my character would do.
Mm-hmm. You're doing what you say come natural. Is that what
Exactly.
you're saying? Didn't they teach you anything in the Navy? Aren't you supposed to protect your battle buddies?
I mean, a lot of my battle buddies I didn't like, so
Oh, so you're saying you don't like us, so we're okay if we get taken out. And
no,
die.
no. I'm not saying that at all. I do like you guys.
You sure?
Yes.
Will you say that Cash Money?
Are you
is your
trying to
best
make me not like you?
friend? No. I'm saying, will you say that Cash Money is one of your best friends?
ugh.
I only have one best friend, and that's you, Phil.
Aw.
You know, I would be buddies with DJ Ronnie G if he would wear a different colored T-shirt. It's okay to have a T-shirt underneath another shirt, but you can be colorful about it. Doesn't always have to be.
Why does the color of the undershirt matter? The ultimate
White
goal for me
beater.
is usually hide
White
the
beater.
undershirt
White
of the
beater.
overshirt.
White beater. That's why. White beater.
But that doesn't mean I'm obligated to be the wife. I mean, that's just because your values might insist that you have to be the wife because you're wearing a
Are you sure
uniform
about
for it.
that?
That's not my values.
Are you sure
Oh
about
my gosh, dude.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Next thing you know, he's probably going to tell us he walks around in his boxers.
I mean, outside or inside? I mean, I don't wear pajamas because I wear pajamas because I like having pockets.
Okay, what color? I'm going to make a guess here, and
Gosh.
I guarantee it's black socks.
What have we started?
Black socks.
I wear
Late-
black socks.
All
I
the
alternate,
time.
but
At least all the
but
time
I'm
that I
currently
work.
wearing. Sometimes you have to wear them in order to match.
Yes, I can almost guarantee my guesses are correct about DJ Ronnie D's gear up. Black socks, boxers, white, t-shirt, white, and then everything else goes over top.
Actually, all of my boxes come in different colors. Like, so I was
I
wearing
am
black and gray.
Praise the
But
Lord,
they were-
you got colored boxers. I am impressed.
They were too tight, so
Now
then I
we can
switched
get
to other
him to
ones. And
wear
I got
a
striped
colored
ones. I got blue ones. I got blue with dark blue stripes. I got blue and yellow stripe. I got one pair of red boxes. I got one pair of plaid boxes.
Hallelujah. I'm praising the Lord. We
DJ,
just
would
gotta
it,
get
DJ,
your
would it be weird to say I've got a lot of those
understanding.
same types of pairs too?
I don't think so, because I mean they're pretty much common standard fare. You know, they're easy to get, and it's like good to have variety in that regard.
That is true. That is true.
Variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, just
Yes.
make sure your doors are locked, dude, because Phil might come into your house and check to make sure you're wearing
Why
different
do I
color-
want to go in his house when he leaves out his giant microscope out in front of his house?
Ah.
Yeah, it's true. You can get like $5,000 going to my backyard, basically.
What does this do?
Imagine if someone went to the pawn shop. like a junkie
that
goes to the pawn
microscope
shop with my
is worth
telescope.
a lot of money. That's a big microscope.
Well, You probably shouldn't admit that on a live stream, but whatever.
It doesn't matter. You guys are in Montana or something. You know, you guys.
Montana?
I'm in Virginia,
Why-
dude.
Dude,
showed everybody.
why would we? I know, but why would we ever steal your telescope, man?
Because it's very bad.
Exactly. Now, but
Yeah.
it's true that if a New Yorker was on, they might go and home in on my location. But I
don't
have it
think-
good.
I don't think telescopes are high on the stealing list. I could
No,
be
the
wrong.
lenses are very
The problem is, that's the
lenses are
problem.
very expensive.
Oh, by the way, Cash, I died.
What, in Mario? I'm not watching. I refuse. I'm gonna get that game myself. So
Okay, fair enough.
I
But
might
yeah,
watch a little.
you like seeing me take my lumps. I just took a lump.
Lumpy.
Well, you can't use any kind of mods or anything on that. You could try, but it wouldn't work out too well on the
Yeah,
Switch.
I'm pretty sure doing that would actually get my Switch, at least my Switch Online account, completely disabled.
No, but I wouldn't recommend jailbreaking that. I would not recommend. You hear me, YouTube? Not. No. I mean, but there's
I've
tons
talked
of
about it with John, and apparently Nintendo is like aggressively fighting it, so I'm not gonna do it.
Nintendo gets mad about things, but yes, I'm planning on getting that Mario game. It looks amazing.
So, Cash, are you going to ask Paul, or
Ask Paul what?
is he going to come join us as Pop Piggy?
When?
No, Paul's doing stuff with Nerdporial later. I thought it's Friday.
I am, yes.
Yeah, go.
Uh-huh.
Go.
Yeah.
You see how it is. It's okay.
We don't need Paul for our Myth
No,
Force
we don't.
stream.
You know, we can live
No,
now.
I'm just kidding.
That's all
That's so
good.
mean.
Cash, I want you to promise to be a pot piggy with since I
No.
can't, okay?
No,
Someone's gotta make
No.
sure Phil has plenty of gray hair.
no, we don't do pot piggy, man. It's about being a team. No pot piggy. Before we
fine.
open chests, but the thing is, when you open chests, if there's items on the ground, you should not pick them up because they're only for one player.
It'll be a
Every-
random thing. Like if someone's using
Jewels.
magic, you gotta
Right.
let the person that's using magic.
Yes,
Someone
yes.
that's using
And
the ring,
if you accidentally pick up magic, like I picked up the other day, something health potion. Was it yesterday? Yeah. No, not yesterday. 2 days ago, right? Then you can drop that. You can hit V and drop it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna guess. I don't know the time, but I'm gonna guess around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, around there, that you'll already be on stream with Nerdporial.
Yeah, which I'm sure
Right.
we're gonna be talking about this game I'm playing too. At some point, because he was pretty excited about it too. I know that much.
Well, if you're a fan of Mario, it looks really good, and it'll definitely sell, I'm sure.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
get to play as Peach, Daisy.
I have to mention light.
oh.
I have to mention light blue Yoshi for Jeff.
Light blue Yoshi for Jeff, whatever. Yeah. Jeff the Screamer.
Yeah.
Not talking smack. I've heard the man scream.
All right. How did I make that thing appear last time? Was it this? I think it was. Okay.
I guess I can watch a little bit.
I was right.
This is a Mario game, so it's not really spoiling anything. I saw some of the stuff before when they were showing it.
Yeah.
So Cash Money is getting this game too.
Yeah, I'll probably get this game. I mean, I do have it on the list that I want to play a Switch game.
No.
In the past, I've played Mario Kart 8 and
Wait,
don't
you
think
play
I've ever-
Mario Kart? How come you never joined me and the rest of the guys?
because you were using the dang freaking smart
Holy-
steering.
I
man.
don't do that anymore.
It was driving me nuts.
I don't do it anymore. So what's your excuse?
I don't know.
Fine.
I thought you guys had enough people already. I'm serious.
No, we'll take. If you ever wanted to play with us, we'll take you in. I'm sure they'd be more than willing to do it.
Oh, isn't that nice? He's asking.
In fact,
Cat,
Phil,
you
you should get
play
Mario
with it.
Kart and play it with us too.
That's quite all right.
I never got into Mario Party though. I've heard it's pretty fun, but just
It
never
is.
gotten into it.
All right, there we go.
You guys want to get into something also fun? I highly recommend Splatoon 3. Yeah, it'd be 3 because they're not doing the online stuff anymore for 2. I don't think.
Yeah. Also, hello in the chat to Leia Rose, who, by the way, Cash, gave you a special mention in the chat. She says, "What's up, Cash?"
Oh, hello, Leia.
Hello, Leia Rose. And
Hope your
I'm
day is
sad
going
that
well.
You decided to ditch me for cash money. You downgraded. That's not good.
Downgrade.
So
Yeah,
sorry-
greetings.
So I take it, Phil, that she is no longer your princess.
Just
She'll
remember,
always be
DJ,
upset.
if Phil McCracken gets out of hand and he drives you crazy, just feed him to your turtles, man. It's fine.
They
Don't
would.
forget, I know how to
If I
handle
could-
each and every one of you.
I'd have to cut each finger off one at a time to make it possible.
Uh-huh.
It would take weeks.
You have turtles, right?
Yeah,
He's
Snap
got a
your
few.
turtles.
and 2 of them are carnivores.
Well, I like
Well, I
turtles.
guess-
They're good. I like turtle soup. I am a fan of turtle soup. It's very good, and I think it'd be delicious.
I've actually never had
I
turtle
do-
soup before.
Me either.
I want to get it at Chinatown, but I also kind of feel a little conflicted, as you can imagine.
Of course, because you own turtles.
You know, I don't want them to smell it on my breath, you know?
Hmm.
Do your turtles kiss you?
Well, I mean, sometimes, or they'll bite my lip.
Oh, they
You
eat
guys-
your dinner.
You actually have 2 turtles that are carnivores, huh? That's crazy.
Well, they're really like omnivores, right?
Yeah,
They'll eat both,
Lots of-
you know. But I have one tortoise, and I don't think he eats any meat. I think he's like 99%, herbivore. But I am trying to find out if I can give him something meaty because I feel like it would be good for his diet to have a little more variety.
Maybe. And by the way,
Maybe-
Leia Rose in the chat says, no, Phil McCracken is president of the party.
There you go.
Oh, there we are.
With her, I'm the Prez. On Pop Talk, I'm the King of Legends.
Oh,
On
boy.
a Phantom Hooligans, I am a member, not a founding member, but I am a current member.
And then here on Fandomology, you're just the crazy old uncle that everyone's happy to see.
Okay.
There's no sound in this.
There's not? That's odd,
Discord's being stupid again.
I guess.
This happened before. So you gonna finish this game on stream?
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever gonna go back and play the original Super Mario Brothers? And
I mean, I tried it once before. I'll probably do
Yes.
it. I'll probably do it again at some point.
yeah, I remember.
I just that was another admittedly thing that I was trying to do just to get you to love me, Cash, for playing something hard.
Well, I mean, Mario's
Love
not
it.
exactly easy.
Yeah, love him.
Mario 1 or Mario 2, the Japanese edition? Like
Mario
Mario
1.
That one might be harder. I don't.
I
Yeah,
refuse
I
to
would
touch
say-
lost levels.
I
Paul-
know what I wanted to ask.
Paul could also play Mario Maker and make levels too, and have people play him.
I
Mhm.
tried that
Dude.
once, but no one
I mean-
seemed interested, and honestly,
Oh,
I've never been a big fan of Mario Maker because John, if
a
you're
fun
watching, I love you, but you know this is true. John kind of
Yeah,
killed me
everybody-
on Mario Maker as
Is
far
there
as
some-
being
is there
interested.
anybody you don't love?
What?
You love everybody. Is there a person you don't love?
Mhm.
Is there a person I don't love?
Yeah, but you love everybody. You love Cash Money. You love Jonathan. You love everybody. Who
Yeah.
don't you love?
Who don't I love?
That's a good question.
One of my coworkers named Scott.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's incorrect. I do like Scott, but he is one of those people that I can only take in small doses.
But I
And
had
Scott,
to-
and Scott, on the off chance that you ever happen to see this, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
I got a coworker who I like, but
the game that you were playing. I'm not talking. What was that one? The one you finished. I'm trying to think of that other Disney game you were playing, and it wasn't the.
You're talking about Disney Infinity again?
I'm not sure if
It couldn't have been Disney Infinity because I don't have that.
I
and
do.
It wasn't.
What is this?
What list
Should be,
the other game of Disney?
Oh,
Disney
of course.
games you have.
That's pretty cool.
Ah, crap. I don't remember, Phil.
But you do have more than two, is what I'm trying to say. Because I remember you playing a Disney game, and
It's not Kingdom Hearts 2,
no,
was it?
wasn't Kingdom Hearts. Totally
Was it
different.
like Aladdin or something?
No.
That's the only Disney game that I've ever really played on here.
You played it, and it was like maybe a day or two times at max, and then you stopped playing.
What game?
And it wasn't Kingdom Hearts. I know that for a fact.
Again, I can't remember what this is. Because something that I rage quit like that, if that's indeed what I did, I would remember that. And hello in the chat to Blazerhawk Darren, what's up?
But before I leave to put on a different shirt, I did want to mention with Mario Maker what I really loved about Mario Maker was the ability to play the endless levels or whatever they call it, the endless, where like endless challenge, and they got different difficulty levels for that. So you can play that on easy
Yep.
It's like,
or medium.
my favorite thing were the auto levels, where it basically is
Yes.
just one big conveyor belt.
Yeah, that's exactly my favorite thing in the game, basically. And sometimes, like, what I'll do is I'll select favorite levels and I'll download them for offline play because you can do that. And then a lot of times I'm downloading the ones that are modeled after Super Mario 1 because I'm nostalgic for that. And I just love that it's like having brand new levels for Mario 1. At least that's how I see it. And so I'm having a blast on that front alone. But I did start playing the campaign or whatever they call it, story mode, and it's got its fair shares of up and downs, but it is you don't have to build levels is what I'm getting at. Like there's a lot going on in that game without even using a builder. But I did try making a level full of Starfleet shuttlecraft, and I kind of got lazy and gave up in the middle. But maybe I'll revisit that one day.
Interesting. Well,
Like
guys,
the wooden, like the ship, the floating ship, basically, but modeled after shuttlecraft. Yep.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and shut it down here for the night. I do have to get down the road to my friend Ian's house, but tune in to the Nerdporial Lifeforms channel tonight, I want to say at 9, and we will be live with him, and I don't know exactly what we're going to talk about, but with Nerdporial, it's always a good conversation, so make sure you guys tune in for that.
You can talk about anything you want. I swear. I did that one from a couple weeks ago, and it was a very flexible conversational flow. So I think it'll be a good time.
Absolutely. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe.